Welcome back. The holidays are over. People are headed back to work, and it's cold, really cold. The winter blues are a real thing, and for some people, winter does bring on some depression. Sometimes it's called seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, and joining us with more about it and what causes the winter blues, Peninsula Outpatient Services psychiatrist Dr. John Kupfner. Again, thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
So let's start with the fact that, yes, the holidays are over, and January is a tough time for a lot of people.
Well, in general, we've just gotten through a big, expensive month and had to do a lot of planning, and there might have been a lot of expectations that fell short. So, yeah, January in general is tough.
And then you add to January this cold weather, and a lot of times the clouds roll in and things get even more dreary.
Right.
So is that, let's talk about how that compares with seasonal affective disorder.
Well, seasonal affective disorder has been recognized for probably about 30 years now. It's cyclical, so it definitely has to have a seasonal component. If this is something that happens to you year-round, it's not that. The theory is, and it's kind of interesting, that maybe somewhere in our evolutionary path we had an ancestor that did some hibernating, and this is sort of a hibernation syndrome. So it gets dark early, you get not motivated, you don't want to go outside, you sleep a lot, you actually crave carbohydrates, there's weight gain, and then with that depression and amotivation to do things. So kind of a mild hibernation syndrome that people experience.
And if people feel like they might be on the edge or experiencing that, what's the best thing to do as far as treatment goes? Is it good to go see a psychologist or a psychiatrist to have the diagnosis?
No, if you notice the cyclical pattern, the first thing that's going to help cure things is sunlight. So luckily in Knoxville, we do get plenty of sunlight in the wintertime, even though like today it's cold out. If you get outside, go for a walk, bundle up, just getting your hands and face exposed is going to give you enough UV light to just help. It's a circadian rhythm problem. And the other thing that's really going to help is exercise. So if you can get, especially early morning exercise, 30 minutes, 3 days a week, break a sweat, it's all about resetting your internal clock. So your environment has just miscued what your internal clock is supposed to be, and your body's waiting for the sun to come out earlier, and then it'll reset. So you just got to keep it like running on time. So it's like daylight savings, set your body clock back.
Absolutely. How about lighting in the home? We hear about light boxes that may help people with SAD, but could just turning some lights on and keeping them on for a little longer make a difference?
There are specialized lights they sell for seasonal affective disorder. The research isn't complete yet. There are different colors and wavelengths. I think any of those would work fine if you found this was a big problem for you. But yeah, this early morning light, actually. So when you get up in the morning, if you make it really bright inside, that'll help reset the clock because it helps the melatonin cycle. So early morning light, early morning exercise. Late night exercise is actually worse for you in these situations because that interrupts your sleep pattern and keeps the cycle off. So
anything else that people should keep in mind as we approach January and the winter blues?
Well, again, get outside, try and stay active, force yourself to do things, especially if you find yourself just not motivated and wanting to sleep and eat a lot. You've got to force yourself to get up and go do something. Join something, join an activity. You can join the gym, do whatever. You got to get out of the house and just keep yourself active, and then it'll sort of cure itself with time.
Dr. Kupfner, we appreciate it. Thanks so much for joining us. Coming up next, we're going to talk about making organs. Yeah, creating them with